Welcome to another dev update. So this is the March 4th update for Rebirth that will be put on Nexus. And this update is about 237 changes. I'll only go through the major ones. The first one we can go through events, of course. I don't know if these were I believe they must have been part of the previous, yeah, they were part of the previous one. So I won't fight these guys. I'll just kill them all and we can proceed with the updates. So in this update for farming, whenever you plant a seed, you won't be able to hit it by mistake. It'll auto reseed whenever you harvest it, and the only time you can harvest it is when it's fully mature. So that's one of the farming updates. The other update is in terms of being able to get more seeds. In global achievements, I've added green thumbs. So whenever you harvest 50 times, you'll be able to harvest an additional crop. When you get to 150, you have 2, and 300, you have 3. So that's the way that I've included the learn by doing when it comes to farming. And that's pretty much it for farming. It's nothing special. I've kind of gone back to the A19 way of doing it, plus the protection so that you don't hit your seeds by mistake. The other addition is an addition in terms of companions. So companions are essentially dogs. So you'll be able to get dogs as companions in the game. And the placement of the dogs of the traders has been switched. You'll be able to auto preview them when you put them down. And they will essentially follow you just like any NPC you hire. The difference, though, is that they will not be bound by the mode, like the hunting, threat control, full control. They will be bound by whatever is around you. Let's say we spawn a biker. If I decide that I want to attack it, it'll start attacking it. So a little bit like full control modes. Just get rid of this guy. He's meant to be your best friend, so he doesn't stray away from you to go and fight off just anything. And they're pretty good in POIs, really. So I would suggest that you maybe stick to dogs for inside POIs. They're pretty good at following. I have changed the custom models, so I'm at you can see day 8. I've gone through one Horde night. And I'll show you all the custom models for the traders. They have all changed. And just to show you how well these guys follow, let me just go straight to the roof. And let's see how well he does. He's down there. I think he's going up the ladder now. And there we go. See? So they follow pretty well. In terms of the commands, you used to have a stay and a guards. So let me go around here. And let me say he can stay where he is now. So if I move, he won't try and follow me. Or the guard really is not truly a guard. It's a stay, but it's a way to say stay where I am. So if I move away from there, then he'll essentially go to the spot where I was, facing the direction I was facing, and he will stay there. So one of the things with these new traders, so here's Briston. Hi, Briston. This is the Hank the Butcher because I decided to train in Butcher. Here's the new Farmer Trader. Here's the new Handyman, and these guys are just hired guns. Um, if you decide to set up in a base, like I set up on a roof here, whenever you place them down, let's just go get a Briston as an example. Whenever you get them, there used to be some spawning issues. I would say, try not to spawn them on a roof. Try to maybe spawn them indoors. Sometimes you'd spawn them in and they wouldn't come right away. Well, the spawning method has changed, so you can put them in the direction you want. It only takes one block, so you can put them one next to each other. And whenever you
Ugh,
spawn them in, there you
smells
go.
like a dead hobo's ass.
They
Oh,
spawn right away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they'll turn to you, which is also an advantage. But by default, wherever you put them, they'll stay in that position. If you want to switch bases, now you can essentially have them follow you. So they'll follow you to another base. As you can see, they're equipped with some weapons, which is pretty powerful. Let me just go and set him far away from the others because I will be doing some testing later on. And then if you wanted him to be here facing your way, then you say essentially talk to him and say stare where I was, and he'll go set up there. Oh, it said stay where you are. Sorry. Stay where I am. And then he'll go set up. There you go. So that's how you would essentially move him to another location. Now, because he has a gun and he can follow you, obviously I didn't want him to be used, and he does have like 2,000 health. I didn't want him to be used in missions going to POIs. So no matter what the mode is, even if you were in full control, let's actually let's get a mode thing here, change our modes.
Hunting.
All right, so in hunting, whoever you have hired would essentially attack anything that's around. As you can see, he's not attacking anything. So the only time he will attack is if I get hit, or if he gets hit. So that's another thing about NPCs. Before, whenever they would get hit, let's say they were in full control. So full control is you don't want them to just attack anything. You want them to be able to defend you or attack whatever you're attacking. They wouldn't defend whenever something would hit them. So that's changed now. So if I was to spawn in one of these guys, oh, of course, he's trying to target me instead. See if he'll hit this guy. Well, that's nice. How about you stay here for a second? There we go. So as you can see now, they will defend themselves. And he does have 2,000 life. It's not like the previous Briston that would be invincible, so you can't use them as a way to lure zombies and just have them whack him without anything happening. He will die, but there is a way for you to craft your trainers again. It will just cost you some money. So let's leave him here, and I'll go through a little bit of how I've been placing my NPCs so that you can get a sense of how they can support you. Did I asked you to follow me, eh? Whatever. You know what? Come set it here. We'll let you do your thing over there. So let's get back to this. Some of the changes I've done is whenever you level these stats here, it would do nothing other than let you buy some perks from your from Briston. Now, whenever you level these, you do get some bonuses. So strength will increase your damage with melee weapons. Dexterity will increase your max stamina, walk, and run speed. Constitution will increase your max health, mobility, and carrying capacity. Intelligence will increase your damage with tools, and charisma will increase your selling price. So obviously these only get applied every time you level one of them. Now in terms of the setting up of NPCs, as you can see, I put all of my trainers and traders at the back, even my hired guns. And these guys who are melee, I set them up in the front. And the reason why I do that is because these guys will get hit And all the NPCs, so the melee are asked to stay. So they won't move, they can't attack range, so nothing will happen. But all of these ranged ones, if any of my guys get hit, they will all support. So let me just spawn in a biker as an example. Oh, I'm on Horde.
Threat control. Full control.
Let me try that again, but in full control. So in full control, nobody's going to attack. But because this guy got damaged, they all supported him. So a good way to set up your base is to have kind of a row of melee guys up front and these guys at the back. Same thing would happen if I got hit, obviously. Come on, buddy. Well, now he's trying to target the one that hit him. So this guy is in full control. These two are in full control. So if I hit something, obviously they will support. So there we go. So whether it's this first line that gets attacked or it's myself, there will be some supports. Now, what I can show you maybe is some people say, okay, well, these guys have 2,000 life. Isn't that a little bit overpowered? Well, kind of depends. So let me show you how I handled my last Horde nights by going back in time. So put 59. That's the other thing I changed is by default, vanilla only has the vanilla zombies. And I decided, see, these guys are supporting because there's probably an NPC. See that NPC there? Because he's getting hit, these guys are supporting him. See, there's a toxic zombie. There we go. You got some custom zombies coming to see you. So the way I set myself up for Horde Night is just this little corridor. And whenever I attack these guys, I set up my two ranged ones to be able to see what I'm shooting at so they can actually support that. So it's a fairly easy first Horde night. Just have to be careful for these toxic ones. And what I could show you is maybe if this were to break, could this team support itself with this Horde night? So I'll let them all come in, see what happens. One got hit, they started supporting each other. Same thing here. Trying to get to me though. I don't know if I can put myself in spectator modes. See, every time one of them gets hit, the other ones are there to support. So, Horde Nights, other than this guy getting beat up, isn't going to be too difficult. I don't know if me being in spectator actually screws things up. But, as you can see, these guys, whenever they got supports, it wasn't too bad. So let me spawn a whole bunch. See what would happen if I just got a whole bunch of bikers in. Right. Let's have them come up. See how the team does with that. actually not too bad. I mean, they do have quite a bit of firepower. I do still have my dogs, which is not bad. Can't really see their health right now. So with this setup, and I got this the normal way. Just did all my tier 1 quests and tier 2 quests so I could get the farmer and the handman trader. You could essentially spend Horde nights without this corridor, without having patches to protect you. These guys would be enough to do the work for you. Oh, there come the other guys. So as you can see, it's fairly good. What I will do though is maybe show you that these guys aren't invincible. Because if I were to spawn in, say, these guys, so just 10 radiated, see how they do. My guess is they're all going to get killed. Yeah, they're coming up. Radiated are a lot tougher. They do a lot more damage. I think I lost one dog already. You see, these guys can't even support each other anymore because they're each having to do melee. So you could try to do do your first Horde night that way, but longer term, you definitely need your base to help you because these guys will all die, essentially. There's no way. She's on the ledge. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So let's end this. Let's put the time to where I was approximately. Kill them all and see where we're at. See, 500, 200. These guys are barely alive. We lost. I don't know where. Oh, there she is. Let's help her. All right, follow me. So we lost our dogs. We lost all of our hired NPCs. So definitely, Horde Night is not. It's not advisable at the later stages if you were to keep all these guys out in the open. All right, Greta, go back to your position. All right, they're all healing themselves. So that's pretty much what I suggest you do with your NPCs. Keep the ranged ones at the back, keep the melee ones at the front so that they can at least take some of the aggro. Now, in terms of your class gear, before you used to be able to craft. See, I've got my katana right now. You used to be able to craft them whenever you reach your levels, but I don't think everyone was necessarily sure when that was. So I do add some notes to the inventory whenever something happens, like you've reached a certain goal, and you will automatically get the weapons for that level. So if you were to have clubs, for example, you'd get 3 of the clubs for that level, and you could choose which one you want. So I won't go into more detail. I think that would be unfortunate. I think you can discover all of this for yourselves. But this is a pretty big update, so hopefully you enjoy. One last note is in terms of the lag spikes, I have done some research. Unfortunately, those spikes are due to the use of NPCs, so we'll be working with the team to see if there's a way to um, at least limit some of these, but it has improved from the last version. All right, with that, leave you to it and enjoy.